Hi everyone, my name is Ralitsa and I'm a second year modern language student at the University of Warwick. So having been here for over 2 years already, I've had the chance to live both on and off campus and would love to share my experience with living in student halls, the facilities we have on offer, the residential support, the nitty-gritty of living on campus, but also I wouldn't mind showing you some of my favourite places on campus. So to begin with, one of my main reasons for choosing Warwick was the fact that we are a campus university, with everything being very close by. Also, the university with one of the most affordable accommodations and a very unique and diverse community on its own. Warwick also offers ensuite and shared bathroom accommodations, and in my case, I opted for the shared bathroom as the cost was a bit lower, but also I never really had a problem with sharing a bathroom with other people. Now, although the ensuite bathrooms are not guaranteed, I remember filling in a survey when applying for halls where I put things such as the time I like to go to sleep at, whether I'm a morning person or more of a night owl, and even things such as my hobbies and interests. And I believe that following an algorithm, Warwick allocated us with people of similar interests. And to be honest, I found some of my best friends, and I'm yet to meet someone who did not really enjoy living with their flatmates in first year. Another big bonus about living on campus is obviously how close everything is, with some accommodations such as Jack Martin, Whitefields and Roots located very centrally with everything but a 5-minute walk away, and others such as Westwood, Heron Bank, Lakeside that might take up to 15 or 20 minutes to get to and from, but no worries. Warwick has a network of bikes around campus that you can hire and get to and from places, which of course not only encourages us to be a lot more environmentally friendly with our modes of transport, but makes life a lot easier. So a fun fact that the geek in me loves to point out to friends and visitors that come over is that actually all of our accommodations are named after something that is unique to them, such as a landmark. So for example, Roots was the first accommodation built, and naturally it is the root of Warwick accommodations. Then we have Bluebell, which I believe is built in an area where we see a lot of bluebells grow. My accommodation, which unfortunately is no longer but is now refurbished and rebuilt carrying the name of Cryfield Village, had a lot of red ferns growing around, so naturally it was called Red Fern. And of course you guessed it, Lakeside does indeed have a beautiful lake. I found student events, especially at the beginning of the year, much more accessible when living right on campus, and especially those during Freshers Week. I remember teaming up with my flatmates and entering student halls competitions, which were a great way for us to bond, crack the ice, but also get out of your comfort zone and meet new people. Now, if you ever decide to visit us, which I highly recommend, it was a big thing for me when choosing universities, you would know that we have the piazza, and in the center of the piazza, as you could probably see by this picture, we have this really big screen which we use to have movie and musical nights. We watch music performances, we sometimes even play Mario Kart. But my favorite event, and hands down one of the best events of the summer term, has to be Eurovision night, as it becomes truly obvious how big and international Warwick is. As an international student myself, it is a great way to meet new people from different cultures, and if you're lucky enough, try some new international food. Now, I would be lying if I didn't say that it can occasionally get a bit monotonous and sometimes even boring, but this is where being proactive and just taking full advantage of what we have on campus and on offer really does come in. Go visit the brand new sports hub, join a society, join a cooking class, volunteer on campus and off campus, and if all else fails, grab some friends and go for a plain old run. Explore the surroundings. Campus is truly beautiful, particularly when the weather is nice. You would definitely find me in one of our parks feeding the ducks in the summer term before or after an exam. And if you happen to live in one of the accommodations that have their own barbecue places that you can book, or you have a friend that does, take initiative and organize something. I promise you it is such a nice way to make memories and unwind after a very big exam. Or why not pay Leamington Spa a visit, or even Coventry or Birmingham, as campus is so well connected to the nearby cities. Without a doubt, living in student halls was probably one of the biggest highlights of my year. From the flat parties to pancake days to themed pajama socials, we did amazing things and made amazing memories. Now, living on campus inevitably means that you're going to meet a lot of people and you're going to make friends, but what I found is that the friendships that I formed were a lot stronger. And it's safe to say, me being no exception, that it is within the first weeks of uni that you will meet perhaps your best friends. And they're not only people that you're going to have a lot of fun with and you're going to spend a lot of time with, obviously, but those are the people that are going to be there for you during the tough times and are going to share the good times with you. And of course, they're going to witness all the embarrassing firsts that university life inevitably brings. Another great thing about campus, and particularly living on campus, is the range of facilities we have on offer. We have access to bank branches, a post office, a pharmacy, our own grocery store, and a couple of university-run cafes and restaurants, such as my favorite, Curiosity, which has themed weekly drinks and desserts. And if you're a fan of fresh food and veggies and street food like me, then you would absolutely love the fortnightly farmers markets and food markets that we have on campus. There's nothing quite like a warm day, the smell of freshly cooked food and the chatter filling the piazza, like you can see in the picture above me. It is absolutely amazing and a great way to just have lunch and chill after a lecture. And speaking of being a community, and trust me, by the time first year is over, university will have become your home away from home. I know a lot of us like to think that, and of course want to think that university and just life in general is going to run smoothly all the time, but it is important to recognize that in all of our university lives, and again, myself included, we have experienced tougher times, and it's in those times that it is really important for us to know who to turn to, and it's not necessarily our friends that I'm talking about. I think the biggest thing that I had to learn is that I'm not alone, and there is always someone that I can turn to and talk to for different kinds of things, from noisy neighbors to just feeling stressed and overwhelmed by exams or just feeling alone. Living in student halls, you have the residential life team there to help you. It is a group of very, very friendly people who live amongst us and are there for a chat, a cup of tea, and more things such as if you have family problems or if you just feel overwhelmed. And they can point you in the right direction and be there to support you throughout your university journey. But also on a more comical level, I can reassure you that you will probably lock yourself out of your flat at least a couple of times in your university career. But no worries, this is what we have, well, one of the reasons, I guess, that you could say that we have the lovely campus security, which are not only there to keep us safe, but they will very likely unlock the door for you and even check up on you sometimes if you're ill. But no matter what people say, I do think that the overused phrase, we're all in this together, really does stand and does really mean a lot in Warwick. Warwick is super inclusive, it is super welcoming, and I can safely say that I have found a place where I can truly say I belong. And to conclude this, I believe it's safe to say that while university is about learning, expanding your horizons, and of course studying something that you're passionate about, it is also as good as you make it. It's about making friends, building connections, and of course having fun. And living on campus has definitely made both of these things happen for me. So be sure to check Warwick's website for more information about the student halls and what we have on offer on campus. And thank you very much for your time, and I hope you found this useful.